Welcome back to the Aquitaine. Because of your outstanding service to the Alliance, GTVA has granted you command of your own elite fighter squadron, 70th Blue Lions. This is quite an honor, pilot. Receive all your briefings directly from quarterdeck. As squadron leader of the Blue Lions, you will be granted the highest priority in ship and weapon selection, but choose your ordnance carefully. Review the tech room database if you have any questions. 9 Sathanas juggernauts have now entered the Capella system, and intelligence has sighted even more in the nebula, converging on the jump node to tear in Vasudan space. We are on the threshold of a new apocalypse. Though the juggernauts have not engaged our warships, they have set course for the Capella star. We can only speculate about their intentions. This development cannot bode well for the Alliance. Allied Command is committed to evacuating all non-essential personnel. The contingency plan is in the works. Hold the Shivans here in Capella. Prevent the expansion of the Shivan incursion to other systems of the GTVA. The 70th Blue Lions will provide the fighter cover needed to get our convoys out of the system. Millions of lives are at stake here, pilot. If we fail, all our worlds and systems will be in jeopardy. The GTVA has just unveiled the newly developed Erinyes-class heavy assault fighter. With 8 gun banks, you'll have sufficient firepower to make short work of enemy targets at close range. The Erinyes can accommodate fire control for up to 2 different primary systems. You may need to allocate more power to weapons to fight effectively, so make adjustments as needed. You have also been issued the GTW UD-08 Kaiser. For its limited op-eval period, only select units will be authorized to carry this weapon. The Kaiser emits focused wavelets of subatomic particles that bombard the target, causing the wave function of the particles to collapse and emit intense zero-point energy microbursts. The Kaiser is the product of our research into Shivan weapon technology. Finally, we have received the new GTM-11 Inferno, a wide-area fighter suppression warhead. Use the Inferno, press your secondary trigger once to launch the missile, then press it again to detonate. A HUD indicator will display the distance of the warhead from your ship. Upon detonation, the Inferno releases multiple submunitions, which themselves contain ultra-high explosive charges. As we speak, convoys of transports, freighters, and medical ships are heading for the jump nodes to Vega and Epsilon Pegasi. The evacuation of civilian personnel proceeds on schedule, but the enemy offensive has intensified. We have blockaded the Gamma Draconis node, though Shivan forces are swarming into the system. The 53rd will relieve the 309th at the Gamma Draconis node and will deploy the 19th to hold down the 4th to 3rd Fleet headquarters as we evacuate non-essential personnel. Command needs a closer look at the Juggernaut, so we'll be sending in the 91st. 70th Blue Lions will be sortied to the Epsilon Pegasi node. Blue Lions, your mission is to escort a 4-ship convoy to Epsilon Pegasi. The group consists of civilian transports Lambda 1 and 2, GTF Sulla, and the medical ship GTM Vesalius. All have minimal armaments and vulnerable hull plating. GVC Neptune leads the escort. At 14:15 hours, the Shivan corvette Abraxas and a wing of Manticore fighters attacked the convoy. The Neptune called for assistance, so you're going in. Theater wing will stand by to reinforce your position. Call them in at your discretion. Good luck, pilots. People of Capella are counting on you.
Hi everyone and welcome back to Freespace 2, and of course we are under absolutely no pressure for this mission, but first let me introduce you to my new fighter that I get from completing the SOC missions and crapping my pants at the Sathanas almost warping out on top of me. I get the Ares, which is basically the heaviest of heavy fighters, and probably a little bit preferable to the Erinyes. Although both of them are obviously extremely good. The Erinyes has more gun mounts, but I think the Ares has slightly more missile value. Either way, they're good.
Wing, you have your orders. Prioritize enemy bombers.
Escort of the transports. The 70th Blue Lines are here to assist. We've got company.
Yep, we're into the last few missions of the game, and this means that things are getting very, very real indeed at this point. The Shivans are not going to relent, and I love the way that Alpha, I think it was Alpha 2 there, said the 70th Blue Lines are here to assist. I don't think that if you sent in the entire GVTA fleet to assist, it'd be much help here. The only thing it's going to be helpful to is running away, which seems to be Allied Command strategy at the moment, but in the face of 9 Sathanases, you can't really argue with the fact that that's probably a sound strategy.
The Gaborum has emerged from subspace. Take out its turrets before they rip through the convoy.
Although the whole idea at the moment, with the whole sort of runaway strategy, is this will only last for so long, but why are the Sathani not engaging forces? You know, not engaging GTVA forces, they're just sitting by the sun. Now obviously that could mean something hideous, but at the moment I guess the longer that we have, the longer they give us to evacuate, the better. And to be honest, they did continue, they did evacuate an awful lot of civilians out of here when the Sathanas first appeared. Shoot down some bombs. Right, bomber first now, bomb. Get rid of those bombs. They do not hit transports. There we go. Hopefully this... Well, there goes Alpha 2 and I'm on my own again. This is a... yeah, this is not a rare occurrence, shall we say. Reinforcements, excellent. Could do with a rearm though, but that's one of the reasons why I have 1,000,001 Tempest missiles. Some of them have got to hit right.
Citadel bombers with fighter escort have jumped in. Defend those transports, Alpha.
I mean, one of the things that we have going for us is that, well, it's not going for us. There is a Kane cruiser in the system, as Command did actually mention earlier. But the fact is that it's so far away from the convoy at the moment, I really should just concentrate on these Seraphim bombers. God, they have so much health. And yeah, the idea here is concentrate on bombers. Even though the Maras will certainly put a dent in the convoy, they certainly can't do the level of damage that a bomber can. Okay, so let's head for that Kane-class cruiser while we've got a little bit of a break in the action. switch to Maxims and try and take out some turrets. And if not, we'll just destroy the ship. One thing you will notice is I've got my weapons on the wrong way round. And this is what happens when everything concentrates on a cane. It doesn't last long. Mara's all over me at the moment, but should be okay.
Deploying support ship now. Please stand by.
Balance out the shield. But yeah, as you can see, I've made a little bit of a mistake with the way I've put my weapons on. I should have the Kaiser underneath the Maxim, because the way it is at the moment, I get 4 shots with the Maxim and only 2 with the Kaiser. And since the Kaiser is going to be the one that does the most firing, I probably want that on top. But things are going okay at the moment now. The convoy seems to be doing fairly well for itself, and I get to rearm, which is great stuff. Get a full load of trebuchets and get my Tempest back up.
Heads up, enemy wing closing in.
I mean, I am pretty horrifically bad with Tempest, but there's so many of them on this ship that you're going to be okay for the most part. Okay, more Maras. Maras are fine. And now the fact that we've managed to create some distance between the convoy and the Shivan ships, this basically means that I can go into treb spam mode. And treb spam also means that I don't have to, I don't have to leave the convoy, so the Shivans can't lure me away and let their bombers sneak in from behind the convoy or outflank the convoy, which is something that it's a tactic the Shivans do use. We'll just sit tight here. And you can see what command I'm looking for. I mean, I'm guessing at this point that it's actually fortunate that there's nothing in the Gamma Draconis system. So therefore what the idea here is that I suppose we bottle the Shivans up in Capella and at least try and keep them there. And they're going to have some kind of blockade on the Capella Vega node in order to stop the Satana going through. But that doesn't seem to be the Shivans. Doesn't seem to be what the Shivans want to do at the moment, which is a little bit strange. You'd think that the Shivans from the first war would just quite literally have blasted their way through with the Sathani and or Sathanasis, whatever you want to call them, and I'll call them Juggernauts from now on. They would have just blasted straight through with the Juggernauts, and that would have been good game for the Alliance, I guess. But they seem to have something else in mind. But who knows with the Shivans? We don't know anything about them. I'm guessing something to do with ETAC. Ow. Well, looks like we're going to be able to get the convoy out of the system somewhat. We've got 50 seconds until that transport's out of here. And then I think that'll be it for most of the convoy. I think you mean hostile approaching fast. Dual treb that. I mean, the Shivans can't be that light on fighters that they're only sending in 1 bomber to try and get the job done. I mean, maybe the game designers figured that it'd be a bit of a dick move to have the convoy get as battered as it potentially can be in this mission, and then just send in a full bomber wing when you're like 20 seconds out. That seems a bit mean, really. Then again, I don't think the game's ever complained about that before.
The Sula has engaged its jump drives and is now en route for Epsilon Pegasi.
Fantastic. That's the first one out of here. But Lambda 1 and Lambda 2 are the major ones that we need to get out, because they are the transports that are carrying prisoners. So there's obviously prisoners, civilians, so they're obviously the ones that we need to keep alive. I'm still wondering what the Allied plan is. My guess is, well, either the GTVA has some kind of ship they're not telling us about, or there's going to be some kind of Deus Ex Machina or some way of trying to deal with a fleet that size, because obviously we can't take them on in combat.
Approaching fast.
Oh no, as a couple of Maras have jumped into the system. Whatever shall I do? Trap spam. Or is it just one Mara? No, it is two. Oh no, this one might get half close. Pow. Oh, and that'd be all of them, I guess. I think that was the secondary objective, destroy all Shivan forces in the area. I think that they will more than likely be back for the next mission.
The first transport has reached Epsilon Pegasi. Good work, Alpha. Return to base.
That's everyone, so let's get out of here. Successful mission.
Excellent work, pilot. Your first sortie as leader of the 70th Blue Lions proved you are just the officer to lead this outfit. The Shivans launched a savage attack, but you and your squadron held them off. Because of your tactical leadership, the entire convoy safely reached Epsilon Pegasi. Both Lambda transports reached Epsilon Pegasi. Your efforts saved thousands of lives. We managed to save the GTF Sola. Provisions it carried will help alleviate the supply shortages in Epsilon Pegasi. GTM Vesalius arrived in Epsilon Pegasi. Medical vessel will play a crucial role in handling the influx of refugees from Capella. Your squadron eliminated all hostile targets. We are to halt the Shivan advance. Every effort must be made to diminish the enemy force. We need to deploy your unit to 3rd Fleet Headquarters pronto. Assemble your squadron in the ready room. For demonstrating exceptional leadership under fire, you are hereby awarded the Meritorious Unit Commendation.
Yep, medals. Check out my medals. Just got one more to go, it looks like. And let's have a look at some stats, shall we? 12 kills and Manticore's, Mara's. No cane. I didn't get the cane on that one. That kind of sucks. But never mind. Let us move on. And I think that we're going to probably continue the evacuation from Capella next time. This is going to get rough.